La 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 la.
Hello, my name is Anastasia and I am the owner of mycatlet.com, tiny but only for now website with the best machine embroidery designs and cross-stitch patterns. In this video I'm gonna show you how to make tiny cross-stitch embroidery, and I will show you step by step how to do it. In the end, we will have this cute frock. I hope you will enjoy this video, so let's start. For your cross-stitch process you will need this item: ruler, because you need to find the center of the hoop, threads, and the list of them will be in your instruction, scissors to cut off your threads, pencil, because you will need to mark up the center of the hoop, piece of fabric that should be at least 2 centimeters bigger than your final cross-stitch pattern, nippers, because you will need to tie up your fabric, and of course the needle. When you fixed up your fabric in the hoop, please be sure that your fabric is very well stretched on the hoop. It should be the same way fixed like on a drum, and even if you never saw the drum in your life, that's like the common sense. Nippers time. Grab the fabric very close to the hoop and rotate the nippers a little bit. It will help you to stretch on the fabric. You can test it with your finger. Then you will need to find the center of the hoop, because that's the point where you will start your cross stitching. Remember, always start your cross stitching from the center to the edge. It will help you to keep your fabric well stretched. In instructions, center of the embroidery is marked with a special yellow cross. Usually I'm using the needle to make a little bit bigger hole than others, so I can understand that exactly this square is the center. Now let's talk about skeins. Every skein has 6 threads, but you don't need all of them to make your embroidery. I'm using only 2, so you need to separate 2 threads from 6 and put only 2 of them in the needle. If you will use all 6 on AIDA 14 count, it will be too messy and too tight. I don't like it. For contouring, like you will see on video, I'm using only 1 thread from 6 in skein. Okay, let's start our embroidery. In cross-stitch, it's very important to keep the style of your crosses all the same in one project. What do I mean? If you're starting from bottom to top and from left to right, it's your first stitch, then it should be like this in all projects. And sometimes you can forget about that. To not mess up with this, I'm using this little secret. If you see, I'm holding my hoop with my left hand. So you can see that my big thumb is always from bottom left to top right. So this is my first stitch. Always. When I'm starting new color, for example, I'm always looking at my big thumb and I see how exactly I should start my stitch. I hope you do understand at least something, because English is not my native language and it's a little bit hard for me to explain everything. Next moment is about angles, because sometimes you will not need whole cross. So what I'm doing, I'm making one stitch from one bottom corner to top corner, and then second stitch I'm finishing right in the center of the square of your fabric, as you can see on video. I don't know about you, but for me cross-stitching process is the best meditation ever. I can do it for hours and I don't feel tired or something. I'm really into the process. I'm enjoying it and I hope you will feel the same. For contours, I'm using only one thread from 6 because you don't need two of them. It will recover your main stitches and it doesn't look good. So please use only one. If you embroidered wrong color, you can use scissors and just cut it off, or sometimes when it's light color and it has to be dark color on its place, I'm just putting next stitch over it, over wrong color, and I don't feel bad about that. I'm always starting my contouring when the main embroidery is done, is finished, and the contouring is always the last step. I really like contouring because I think contours make my embroidery more sharp and clear. When your cross stitching is done, cut off a fabric from back side of the hoop. Okay, that's it. I hope you found something interesting for yourself. If you like this design, you can find it on my website, link in the description. There are also some other designs with cats and dogs and kawaii art. I'll be glad to see you there. That's all. Bye bye.